Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. Going to keep this video right now, no frills. I'm going to get to the point. We're going to go straight into it. YouTube decided it wanted to remove my first live stream today, and then the second one also glitched out for whatever reason. So I'm not in the best mood right now. It was a cracking stream, so I want to say big thank you to all of you that tuned in, everyone that sent in super chats and super thanks and stuff. I appreciate it. But this is not a good day today for Chelsea. It's not a good day, not because we haven't signed anyone. That isn't what we're here for. I'm not here to just ring the bell whenever Chelsea are about to sign a player and then cry about it when we don't. What we've learned today is something pretty big about our football club. First of all, Mike Maignan. We're going to go into this one because Maignan's fallen through and so has Gittens. And it's a big thumbs down. Don't know why I'm doing this. It's two deals here that have fallen through, but one of them in particular is really grinding my gears. Mike Maignan to Chelsea. The bid that we officially made apparently was £12 million. AC Milan wanted 25 million for Mike Maignan. What are the facts about his contract? Well, his contract expires next summer, which means he's got 1 year left on his deal. When a player's got 1 year left on his deal, the price comes right down because the selling club are worried that they're going to lose that player for free if he doesn't sign a contract extension or remain at the football club. It's been very clear throughout all of these negotiations, Zoom calls, call it what you will. It's been so obvious that Mike Maignan really wants to come to Chelsea. Personal terms were not a problem. Quite often, when we talk about Chelsea and elite footballers, we talk about Chelsea and top players, the issue is our wage structure. In this case, that was not the problem. The problem was that Chelsea refused to go anywhere close to AC Milan's £20 million asking price. So officially, the gap between what we needed to pay and what we wanted to pay was £8 million for a goalkeeper that would solve the issue of the goalkeeping position, which, by the way, is one of the most important positions at any football club, in any football team. Mike Maignan, at 29 years old, people that are new to football and look at Chelsea signing 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds be like, bloody hell, he's old, isn't he? Let me just take a sip of my tea for a second because 29 for a goalkeeper isn't old. Goalkeepers can go and play at the top level into their late 30s. So what this signing could have done was bring in a world-class goalkeeper for the Club World Cup, which we could win £100 million in, by the way. It could have also solved Premier League, Champions League, having an experienced leader in the team, ticks the boxes for the spine, and then Mike Penders, who is supposedly the next big thing, he can come in and learn from Mike Maignan, who's a top goalie, the goalkeeping position fixed for the next 10 years. Instead, we have looked at Mike Maignan and been like, 12 million is the only price we're going to go for here. A player that really want Chelsea are lucky that we still have these top players that want to join us. And we've turned our nose up at the opportunity. People will say, and I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree. And that's the big thing I want to say here. I get it. He's got a year left on his deal. Chelsea don't want to overpay. But in principle, this is an overpayment. If it was £25 million for Mike Maignan, I don't think it's overpayment. But we're talking 20 million euros for the player. And we are still not interested in signing him. And I think the main reason for it is that he's 29 years old and we don't see any way that we could ever sell him or make any money from him in the future. And again, that might not be the reason. Maybe Chelsea are like, you know what? We're going to give Petrovic the Club World Cup. And all we're hearing, and this is why it's very difficult, because the briefs that have come out since the Maignan deal collapsed is that all of a sudden, Chelsea are really happy with all the goalkeepers. So why did we go for him in the first place? We heard a couple of days ago, Maresca was really interested in Mike Maignan, for good reason, by the way, because Mike Maignan has brilliant ball-playing capabilities. If you look at the percentages, which we've done on the channel, check out yesterday's live stream. The ball playing percentages, long pass accuracy, he doesn't give the ball away. Imagine this, right? And this is something that I haven't spoken about, but it's absolutely on the money in my opinion. Mike Maignan, who's brilliant with the ball at his feet, going long to Liam Delap. giving Chelsea another option, a player that can actually bring the ball down and hold it up. 2 options like we haven't had before. The lap is through the door. Excellent. We're all happy with that. So aren't we going to try and buy players around him in the team that can play to his strengths? That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? To be able to get that. But no, Chelsea have turned their nose up at the opportunity. Now, a big question that you guys are asking me is it over? It's over for now because the window will now close for the next 6 days. And then it opens again on the 16th. But why would Chelsea change their stance here? Why would we go from having him in the palm of our hands to not buying him and then changing our minds again? The only way that will happen is if the goalkeepers have absolute stinkers in this Club World Cup. But even then, it could just be like, oh, well, it's only the Club World Cup. And I think this is the difficult one to look at because as much as this Club World Cup, I'm obviously here in America and I'm buzzing for it because we're going there, we're going to the matches, we're going to be doing videos and all that stuff, whatever. But still, right? Roman Abramovich left our football club and we won the Club World Cup. We should be flipping going out there and winning this for him because he got the club taken away from him and that was the last trophy he won. And that's what got us into this competition. So we should be going out there to win this Club World Cup, not just for Blueco and it being a big trophy of the new era, for being the best team in the world, but also for how we got here in the first place, through the ruthless desire to win of Roman Abramovich. That's why we're playing in this Club World Cup. I'm not here to just do Blueco versus Roman. I'm not going to talk about that here today, but we're here because of that. We're here because we won the Champions League in 2021. And in this little mini deadline, we have not been able to get any of these deals done. For me, I think it's ridiculous. I've said at the end of the season, credit to Maresca, credit to the players and credit to everyone at Chelsea for getting us back in the top 4 and winning a trophy. That's a good season. Well done. But now we're a Champions League club. Behave like one. Act like one in the market. Buy Champions League level players. Buy ready-made talents. Bring experience and leadership so that we take the next step. And that is what I've seen today. We're not willing to do that because we can't see what is before our very eyes. Signing a world-class elite goalkeeper for £20 million is taking a huge step towards being like, okay, well, we've got Champions League football secured. Let's go and be ambitious. Let's go for the Premier League. All of the top clubs have got top goalkeepers in goal. And I'm not going to... This video seems very unfair on Petrovic. I'm not ruling Petrovic out because before these links to Maignan, I was excited for Petrovic to come back. I still am. Don't get me wrong. It's possible to still back Petrovic, but still be frustrated that we have turned our nose up here at an elite goalkeeper. And as we move now to talk about Jamie Gittens, because this deal's also fallen through, at the beginning of today, Chelsea's price point was 35 million euros. In the end, Borussia Dortmund are asking for something closer to 60 million euros. But even still, in negotiations today, Chelsea put in another bid for 50 million euros. So we're more than happy to find £10 million more for an unproven, relatively 20-year-old winger who could play Jamie Gittens. And again, I don't want this to seem like I'm criticising Gittens as a player. This is about how we spend our money and how we prioritise finances to get top players in, which we don't currently do. We failed again, by the way. So we can find that money to sign Gittens, which, in my opinion, is a massive overpayment, but the data will say that it isn't. Gittens is a good player. We don't have a left winger right now apart from Tyreek George. So Gittens would be a good signing, but not at 60 million euros. And fair play, it's not going to happen because Chelsea aren't going to pay that. But even at 50 million euros, 42.5 million pounds or whatever it was, this is, I think, way too much money for Jamie Gittens. Borussia Dortmund here have dug their heels in. AC Milan have dug their heels in. But at the same time, Chelsea, they should have gone for Maignan at 20 million. I think this is a big mistake. And hopefully I'm proven wrong. Again, I always have to caveat it with this because some people think that I like being negative. No, I just speak my mind. I say what I want to say. And I'm always open to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. That's always what I love about this channel, is the fact that we can keep the dialogue going. But the proof here about what we're going to do this summer is that, again, 20-year-olds, we'll find the extra cash for it. We will, no worries. But we're not going to go for elite players. And the crazy thing is, Maignan fits in the wage bracket and the wage structure. Jamie Gittens also does as well. But do you really think he's worth 60, 70 million euros? Dortmund were wanting 70 million. And obviously now that talks have completely ended throughout this mini window, are Chelsea going to go back in for Jamie Gittens come the reopening of the window? The Club World Cup's happening now, so the club should be focusing on this tournament because there's a lot of money, which is what we're very focused on money. There's a lot of money to be won here, and I think the club are going to go into it now with weaker options than we should have done. I think we absolutely should have got somebody over the line in this left wing position, not to rush it, but I think the priorities in this window now, they're not going to be elite players. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we're talking about 60 million for Gittens, that's the same kind of bracket of price that AC Milan want for Rafael Leao, who, by the way, turns 26 today. So I think that means he's a bit too old now. Will Chelsea go for a Rodrigo in the market? Nico Williams. Can you believe that we're going to do that anymore if we can't pay an extra 8 million for Maignan, who fits in the wage structure? There's no chance that we break the wage structure for a Rodrigo or a Nico Williams if we can't even find 8 million extra for Mike Maignan in goal. And I can see the comments now. Some people are going to be like, oh, look at these entitled Chelsea fans. You're telling me that you're happy that Rob Sanchez might be the starting keeper again and not Mike Maignan next season? Do you really think £20 million is too much for one of the best goalies in the world? Can you actually rationalise that for me? Please do. I'd love to see it. I'd love to hear it. Sanchez had a great ending to the season. Great. He deserves his flowers for that. But you can't undo everything we saw before it. You can't undo what we saw the season before. He lost his spot to Petrovic. And again, we also can't forget that we've been hearing that Chelsea might be open to selling Petrovic, selling Sanchez. Bloody hell, man. If we sell Petrovic now because a good offer were to come in, if I was a buying club interested in Petrovic, I'm going for that offer now to test Chelsea's resolve. Because, you know, at this point in time, Petrovic is the best goalkeeper we have at the club. I back him to do so. But he's also going to be wanted by a lot of clubs. So have Chelsea missed the boat here? Will we go back in for these players? Maybe. Might we get them on cheaper deals now because it's not before the Club World Cup? Maybe. But am I confident that we've got a squad that can win that tournament? I think we needed reinforcements. Am I confident that we're going to sign elite players? Clearly not. Can't be confident after seeing this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. But Chelsea are not signing Gittens, and we have not signed Mike Maignan. He was right there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I know that people say it's an overreaction or whatever. I stand by my opinion that I said weeks and months ago. Chelsea need to buy elite players this summer. And we failed this time. Speak to you later.